So I've been thinking about this for a long time, and now that it popped in my head, I decided to do this political test, which is called the 9-axis political test, to see whether I'm a progressionist, whether I'm an atheist, whether I'm for the equal market, or whether I'm for the laissez-faire market, and so on, so on. So let's just jump right into it. Alright, you will be presented with a series of statements. For each one, click the button with your opinion on it. I'll do the short version to not annoy my beloved audience. The national government needs more power. That's a quite hard statement, because on one hand, the national government is good because it protects the citizens and ensures that they are following the laws. On the other hand, the national government might seem too authoritarian. I don't know, I'ma just go neutral. No cultures are superior to others. I strongly agree, because all cultures are equal. Technology is negatively affecting modern society. Depends on how you look at it. Because on one hand, technology may affect society negatively, but on the other hand, technology has a lot of advantages compared to the old stuff, shall we say. So I'ma say disagree. National cultures are important to protect. I kind of agree. There must be a separation between church and state. Oh, definitely, 100%. Because church has nothing to do with the state. War usually leads to worse outcomes. Yeah, it mostly does. Yeah, I agree. Technological progress is usually good. Yes, but I don't think we should go too far, because then we will just become robots. So I agree. The benefits of open borders would outweigh the costs. That's a pretty hard statement to cover, but I'm not really sure how to answer to this opinion, because on one hand, the open borders are good because you don't need a visa to enter the other country, and you don't need to wait for a lot of time on the border. So that's a benefit, which is a pro. But on the other hand, the closed borders keep the country away from terrorism or a lot of dangerous stuff, so I'ma go neutral. Religious clothing should be banned from public. I don't really know how to respond to this. Religious clothing. Oh yeah. Definitely. Strongly agree. Wait, go back. Religious clothing. Yeah. My religious values should be spread as much as possible. Strongly disagree. There should be no international law. I don't think there shouldn't be an international law, because an international law is a really good way of dealing with world's problems, and if there was no international law, we'd be screwed and we'd now have a 5th World War or something like that. So I disagree. The United Nations needs more power. Oh yeah, definitely. Strongly agree, because look at what US did in 1999 in Yugoslavia. They did not have a permission from the UN, and they just kept bombing the civilians. Thousands of Serbians and Montenegrins died because of the decision by one man. The government should support and only recognize one religion. I strongly disagree. The more religions, the better. In the modern era, militaries aren't really necessary. I'd say military is necessary, but if we were to get rid of the army, I would still keep the nuclear weapons and the anti-nuclear weapon systems, because these things would keep our country safe. So I'ma say disagree. Everybody should speak at least 2 languages. I'd say that everybody can speak as many languages as possible. So 30 more questions left. I'ma go neutral. Environmental regulations are essential. Yes, strongly agree. There should be compulsory military service. I mean, when the country is in the need of manpower, then a compulsory military service can be very useful. But when the country is not in danger, I think we should stay with the voluntary military service. So I'd say disagree. People should have the power to choose their leaders. Strongly agree. Catering to popular opinion is detrimental to a nation. I do not understand the statement, so I'm gonna go neutral. It is important that the government follows the majority opinion, even if it is wrong. Wrong. It's important that the government follows the majority opinion. I wouldn't say it's really important, but then again, if you didn't follow the majority opinion, you would lose a lot of votes, therefore you wouldn't be able to win the next election. So I'm gonna go neutral. Police need more power and protection. Strongly agree. Laws should be completely consistent within all regions of a nation. Strongly agree. Nations fighting among each other gets in the way of progress. I would agree, because that stops the country from progressing, and the populations of those nations really work at the only sector, which is the arms sector. The other sectors are just empty. Absolute freedom makes a society dangerous. I mean, that's quite obvious, because if we had an absolute freedom, if we had anarchy, there would always be riots on the streets and the cities would be completely devastated. So I strongly agree. People should have to work for anything they get. I agree. Traditions are of no value on their own. Traditions are really important to keep, but I can't say they're more important to keep than progress, because progress makes our nation more glorious and more respected in the world rather than traditions. So I'm gonna go neutral. Democracy makes it too easy for a majority to further itself at the expense of minorities. I mean, it sometimes does, but it mostly but the majority mostly makes a good decision. I'd say mostly, because in Lithuanian case that doesn't always happen. I'm gonna go neutral. We should respect those who have served in our military. Absolutely, because they fought for our country, They know what it's like to serve in the military, and they know what it's like to fight for the country and freedom. Strongly agree. The very existence of the state is a threat to our liberty. Strongly disagree. Alliances are important for protecting a nation. Strongly agree. Only extremely talented immigrants, if that, should be permitted to enter the country. I'd say we should allow all the immigrants to enter the country, no matter how talented or how educated they are. So I'd say disagree. The government should not regulate the economy at all. You what? I'd say this statement is a complete bullshit, because if we had a government unregulated economy, the people would suffer and the businessmen would just prosper and laugh at the ones who have to walk their asses to get something. So this statement is a complete bullshit, so I'd say strongly disagree. Local governments address issues that the national government would never touch without them. I kinda agree. Abortion should be legal in all cases. I mean, the cases that abortion could be legal are rape and probably prostitution, shall we say. So, I'ma go neutral. People born to wealthy families have unfair success even when they aren't skilled and don't work hard. Jesus Christ, that's a hard statement. People born to wealthy families. Jebem ti, brate moj. I would not necessarily agree, but then again, some people might be talented, so I'ma go neutral. Victimless crimes such as drug use should not be crimes at all. I mean, it depends on what kind of drugs. If it's marijuana, then, especially if it's medical marijuana, then I don't think people should be even put to jail. But if it's coke, then oh boy, everything changes. I'ma go neutral. Each person should have one vote, each equal to every other. Strongly agree. Government-owned industry is usually a bad idea. I mean, it is not, because if the government regulates industry, they can simply shut down the company whose leaders behave with the workers like pigs. So I'd say disagree. A military option should always be considered. Strongly agree. Taxes should be increased on the rich to provide for the poor. It doesn't always work like that. I mean, I think taxes should be equally distributed to all the social layers of our society. So I'ma go neutral. We must go back to a basic way of life without modern conveniences. I'ma go neutral because I don't think modern conveniences should destroy basic way of life. Immigrants should be expected to learn the language of the country. I mean, yeah, because if they want to survive in that country, they must learn the language. It's a good idea to test a policy in one state rather than implementing it nationwide right away. I mean, if it's a bad idea, then it can be just scrapped, but if it is a good idea, I mean, it should be better implemented nationwide right away, so I'm gonna go neutral. The penultimate question. Children should be educated in religious values. No children can choose whatever they want to learn. Strongly disagree. State and local laws should have precedence over national laws. They should not. So I disagree. Let's see my results. Right. I am more unitary, and I believe the state should be in control of what's going inside their country. I'm more democratic. I am more globalist. I am more militarist. I support the security more. I want a more equal economy. That might be the economy of some Scandinavian countries like Denmark or Norway. Looks like that. I'm extremely atheist, as you can see. I am more progressive, and I'm more multiculturalist. So yeah, you can simply just come on. I'ma screenshot my views, and you can screenshot mine right now. Alright then? Okay. So, this test was really exciting and I really had a lot of fun doing it. So, if you want to do the test, here's